Hello everybody, welcome back to some Skyrim Special Edition. Picking up where we left off, I was going to do the other 20, so like 105 um, miscellaneous quests for the Thieves Guild. But turns out that until we do this quest, the shortcut there, we can leave through it, but we can't come back through it. So I didn't.
Look,
Alright.
before I help you track Mercer down, I need to know what you learned from Karliah. I mean, everything.
Okay, well, Mercer killed Gallus, not Karliah.
I feared that was the case. From that last entry in Gallus's diary, it looks like he was getting close to exposing Mercer to the guild. Anything else?
Karliah was behind Golden Glow and Honey Brew.
Trying to make Mercer look bad in front of Maven, eh? Clever lass. Was there anything else?
Gallus, Karliah, and Mercer were Nightingales.
What? Nightingales? But I always assumed they were just a tale. A way to keep the young footpads in line. Was there anything else she told you?
No, that's it.
I have an important task for you. I need you to break into Mercer's home and search for anything that could tell us where he's gone.
He has a house in Riften.
Aye. A gift from the Blackbriars after they kicked the previous family out. A place called Riftweald Manor. He never stays there, just pays for the upkeep on it. Hired some lout by the name of Vold to guard the place.
I'll take care of it.
Be careful, lad. This is the last place in Skyrim I'd ever want to send you. Just find a way in, get the information and leave. And you have permission to kill anyone that stands in your way.
What's the best way to get into Riftweald Manor?
Good question. I've only set foot inside a few times myself, and that was in Mercer's company. If you can get past his trained watchdog, I think your best bet might be the ramp to the second floor balcony in his backyard.
I don't suppose the ramp is easy to access.
No. It's some sort of crazy contraption Mercer commissioned for quick escapes. I'd wager a well-placed shot at the ramp's mechanism would lower it in a hurry.
Okay, so you mentioned a watchdog.
That'd be Vold. A real piece of work, that one. Mercer's holding something over his head, keeping him loyal. Talk to Vex. She used to know him very well, if you catch my meaning.
Alright.
Careful at Mercer's place. I don't want to lose anyone else in that madman.
Yeah, you don't have to worry about that. Alright, so let's go speak to Vex. Now, I will say that what we're going to do here, I'm really hoping that one of these mods that I downloaded has it fixed. Because every time I've tried to do this in the past, it hasn't really worked.
If I see Frey, I'll pluck his eyes from his skull with my bare hands.
Okay, so Brynjolf said you have info on Vold.
That pig? Oh, I have info on him. More than you care to know.
I want to get on his good side.
Vold? Good side? Think you have the wrong person. The only thing Vold understands is gold. A man after my own heart.
So, buy him off?
Sure, but he'll ask for a whole lot. I mean, you are asking him to betray Mercer Frey. Your best bet would be to erase his debt with Maven Blackbriar. If you talk to her, she might be able to give you the details. Of course, you could just run him through and take what you need off his corpse. I could care less.
See now.
You're in there. Help yourself to anything in Frey's manner. I would.
See now, saying that I could care less kind of indicates that, you know, you care somewhat instead of I couldn't care less. I feel like that's a phrase, right? That a lot of like I feel like it's more of a regional thing. Maybe it's more of a states thing where they say I could care less because, and the reason why I say it's a states thing after saying that it's a regional thing is purely because like it's in a lot of movies and TV shows and that, which would seem to indicate that it's a lot more widespread, I guess, would be, or widely used, where they say could instead of couldn't, because me and, you know, everybody that I know, we say couldn't care less. Like, okay, did this, like, get put... Okay, so I'm going to assume then that she isn't here. Yeah. I don't know why this would be a separate thing. I also don't know. I'm assuming she's in her house, but I just don't know. I don't know that I've ever actually been in this house. Well, I mean, I imagine I was at some point, because I do believe that there was one time where I decided to do, like, a True Thief playthrough. And, like, the first thing I did was I came to Rift and I joined the Thieves Guild, and I, like, robbed the fuck out of everybody. Like, I went into pretty much every house, took everything of value, like...
I presume you're bothering me for a good reason.
Yes, I'd like to erase Vald's debt.
Vald? Why would you want to help that idiot? He owes me a steep debt. In fact, he's lucky all I did was force him to work for Mercer.
What did he do?
A few years back, I commissioned a unique quill from a good friend of mine in Winterhold. Vald was tasked with getting it here safely, and it ended up at the bottom of Lake Honrick.
He's in debt because of a quill?
The wizards called it the Quill of Germination, and demanded a tremendous amount of gold to have it made. If you can locate the quill and return it to me, something Vald was too stupid to do himself, I'll consider the debt satisfied.
How did it end up in Lake Honrick?
I had Vald meet the caravan from Winterhold on the western end of the lake, so he could avoid the roads. The idiot got lost in the mist and ran his boat right over some rocks, sending it straight to the bottom. He's too stupid to remember where he was, and any attempt I've made to find it in the past has been unsuccessful.
Any ideas where I can look?
Vald said his rowboat struck some rocks. I'd check under the water near one of the small islands in the lake. Perhaps you should start at the docks and work your way out towards Golden Glow Estate.
Okay.
Out of my way.
I'd ask her about the Quill of Gemination, but I already know what it does. It's a quill that if you're reading something while writing with it, it will exactly duplicate whatever it is that you're writing or you're reading. So basically, it's a quill of forgery. I don't know what gemination means, like the word, but I imagine it has something to do with that. But anyway, one of the small islands, starting at the docks and working your way towards Golden Glow. So Golden Glow is there. So we got a small island there, got a small island there, and we have a small island right here. So we may as well start with this one. I don't think that there's... Is there slaughterfish in this lake? I'm not sure. Yeah, I didn't think it was here, because that looks like it's going around to the shore. Where's the other island? There it is. Stay underwater as we go. Make me want to play Subnautica. Good God. I don't know what's up with me lately. I had like a good streak there where it was like, oh, you know what? I want to play this game. And I'd play the game. I'd finish the game. Am I at Golden Glow already or something? Or did I turn around? I turned around. I got turned around. Right? No. I'm at Golden Glow. Right. Anyway. Right? And it was good. And then, like, a little while ago, for some reason, I just started... It's a thing that happens every now and then. Where I can't seem to focus on a single game. Like, I jump from game to game to game, just like over and over, right? Like I started a new game of Dark Souls 2. I haven't got very far, by the way. But to be fair, that one I kind of expected not to get very far, because even when even when I downloaded it again, like me thinking I want to play this was literally for whatever reason I want to run around Forest of Fallen Giants. Like that was it. Like that was my entire purpose of that I wanted to play it. And that's pretty much all I've been doing is running around the Forest of Fallen Giants killing things. But yeah, then like Slime Rancher. Oh, come on. Now I've started My Time at Portia, which is a new game I bought. It was on sale for like $7, so I bought it, and it's pretty good. But the console version is broken. Well, apparently it's just broken if you try and use a controller, period, based on what I've read online. In the menus. Like, everything works perfectly fine until you go into a menu and then you can't navigate it. And if you shut the game off and turn it back on, you get like 5 minutes or so of menu navigation. Here's a promo. And it's Vault Strongbox, so I think we got the right one. But yeah, you get like maybe 5 minutes of good menu navigation, and then it's just fucked again. And yeah, from what I read online, the game has been patched a lot since its release on console, and they just haven't fixed it, even though it seems to have been around since its release. And from what I read, even people playing it online using a controller, or on PC using a controller, because it is one of those games that I definitely feel is probably better with a controller than with a, because it's building, crafting, placing things from a third person perspective. Like, don't get me wrong, obviously placing things when you have like full control is easier, but when you're in a third person perspective, it does make it a little bit harder. But yeah, I've just been jumping around, and like I was talking to my friend yesterday about the spring sale that's on right now. And I was going through all the games that were on sale. So like, he's like, I should buy a new game because they're all on sale. So I was like going through them there to like recommend ones that I played, and I came across a few that I've played, and like almost every one, it's like, you know what, I should re-download that so that I can play it again. Like Recore, it's like I was like, oh, I want to play that now, like. And I don't know. It's weird. I just can't seem to. I think it's, and you know what? I don't even think that it's like. Yeah, I feel like it's a little bugged right now as to where, because I didn't come through the main game. So I'm gonna go in here and see if she's here. She's not, which, well, I mean, she's not there, but I'm gonna, hopefully this will fix the quest marker, because I don't think she leaves the city ever. Oh, in the meadery, that makes sense.
I presume you're bothering me.
But yeah, she's right here.
What in the name of oblivion do you want?
Well, I found the Quill of Germination.
Really? I wrote that off a long time ago. Well, I suppose I need to fulfill my end of the bargain. Give this document to Vold. It frees him from the debt, but I never want to see him in Riften again.
Alright, now this part has always worked for me. Like, when I said that this doesn't work. This has always worked for me. The part that doesn't work is the next part where I have to give this to him. Because first of all, you have to find him. But if you go in, but yeah, if you get into the property, like, see, there he is. And I need to speak to him. But if you go in he automatically turns hostile, and then you can't talk to him, obviously. Oh, where'd he go? I just saw him come over here. Oh, excuse me, guard. But anyway, yeah, like I was saying before, generally when it happens, it's not that, like, I can't decide what game I want to play. It's that, like, there's a specific type of game I want to play, and I just can't find one, you know? Oh, come on. So I bought My Time at Portia, because I think that's more or less the type of game I want to play, and it seems to be satisfying that. My only issue, obviously, is the menus not working, because that's obviously a rather large bummer. Oh, there you go. Hey.
This is Mercer Frey's place, and he don't like visitors. Now go away.
I have something of yours.
Of mine? What is it?
Here, it's your debt with Maven. You're free.
I can't believe it. How'd you talk her into this? Never mind, I don't care. I'm just glad I don't got to work for Maven anymore. Here, you did me a favor. I guess I owe you one.
Okay. That's the first time it worked. To be fair, I think that's the first time I ever bothered to put in the effort to actually get him, or to actually get him close enough to a gate to talk to. I'm pretty sure every other time I've done this, I've probably just given up and said fuck it. Now, I don't think there's anybody inside. Oh, no, we do have somebody down there. Okay, so we do have guards inside, which is honestly a little surprising. Okay. Let's see what Mercer has. Now there is a larceny target, and none of this is actually considered stealing, because it's owned by an enemy currently, even though that doesn't really make much sense, considering, you know, like, yeah, he's our enemy, but, like, he still does technically own this.
Lying little harlot. That rat ain't mine. Could be anyone's. Won't get one rusty septim from me.
No. The door is locked, or the bar is locked in place. Wow, alright. Now, yeah, so there is a larceny target in here. So that's who's singing.
Now that's the real art. No rough stuff. Just
Oh, yeah, I don't know. The classic secret passage in behind the wardrobe. Close that, because it's definitely not something that the guards upstairs will use. Actually, come to think of it.
start keeping a knife in the boot. Tired of getting disarmed.
Yeah, it's just the two guards upstairs. Well, this is clearly trapped out the wazoo. I don't know. Is this the right way? Oh, right. Light step. I don't activate these anyway. Or those, which would... What does that one do? Must... Oh, I see. They have little shooters on there. Okay. So yeah, as you can see, Mercer does have this place rigged. You know, I hate things like that that are... It's like, this is clearly a trap, but there was no... Like, there was no trigger mechanism. So it's like, what caused... Like, do they have motion sensors? That doesn't seem like a thing that they would have. Or at least not ones that you couldn't see, like... Even if it was very similar to, like, the flame traps in that have, like, the soul gems attached to them, you know? There we go. But instead of one that, like, shot flames or anything, it was just there to, like, represent, like, a motion sensor, you know? Because that would make sense, you know? But no, apparently that's too much effort for them to make, you know, make it make sense that it just activates when you come close. There goes that. Lets me open the door. Alright, what do we got? Jewelry. We got the Songs of Return Volume 7, which apparently I didn't have or never read. Here's the bust of the Grey Fox. That is our larceny target. I don't want the bowl. Okay. Mercer's plans. M. Not certain how you managed to get your hands on that item we discussed, but I'm more than pleased. I thought you'd simply wait until it was being transported from Castle Dower to its final destination, but according to what I've heard, it vanished right from their armory. Wish I knew how you were able to slip by the guards, bypass the portcullis, unlock the armory door, and break into that dwarven puzzle-locked chest. You need to teach me that little trick sometime. I've left your cut in the usual drop spot and might have another job for you soon. R. I don't think we ever find out what that's about. I mean... I think that's just there to show that Mercer was insanely good at being a thief. And here is Chilren, which is a unique class sword. Also, does Mercer's plans... It says equip, but I can't really... But I can't, like, zoom in on it. But yeah, as you can see, there's... Well, they'll explain it when we get there. Oh wow, we go right into the Ratway, huh? Ah, it's another one of those where it's... You know what? That's where... Oh, I think I swallowed my coffee the wrong way. I was gonna say, since we're in the vaults, I should probably go invisible just whatever, but alright.
Stabbed in the back.
It's
like the Dark Brotherhood all over again.
Found this bust of the Grey Fox. Worth anything?
Well, I was looking for this little beauty. If you happen across any other unusual trinkets like this, be sure to bring them to me. I promise it'll be worth the effort. Must have come from Mercer's place. He'd admired the Grey Fox for some time. Sure, I'll buy it from you. Here you are.
Alright.
This is getting dangerous.
Now you might think, man, that thing seems awfully big to fit on those shelves, and you would be correct. It doesn't. That one actually doesn't go on the shelves. when there actually just sits on the desk, and it can get knocked off the desk very, very easily.
We've scoured the town and I've spoken to every contact we have left. No sign of Mercer. Any luck on your end?
He wasn't there, but I found these plans.
Shore's beard. He's going after the eyes of the Falmer? That was Gallus's pet project. If he gets his hands on them, you can be certain he'll be gone for good and set up for life.
Then we have to stop him.
Agreed. He's taken everything the guild has left, and to go after one of the last greatest heists is just an insult. I've spoken to Karliah and made amends for how the guild's treated her. Now she wishes to speak with both of us. Quickly, we have no time to lose. Until next we meet, lad. I hope this deal goes through.
All right.
Quite a bit of coin on the line, and the last two you set up fell through. I don't understand either. They were a sure thing, I swear.
Come on, Brynjolf.
Better hope this one isn't another waste of my coin.
So now I don't actually remember. I think I remember which quest is next, but I'm not 100% on it. Rune, I didn't know. Go away.
Brynjolf, the time has come to decide Mercer's fate. Until a new guildmaster is chosen, the decision falls to you.
Aye, lass. And I've come to a decision. Mercer Frey tried to kill both of you. He betrayed the guild, murdered Gallus, and made us question our future. He needs to die.
We have to be very careful, Brynjolf. Mercer is a Nightingale, an agent of Nocturnal.
And it's all true. Everything I heard in the stories. The Nightingales, their allegiance to Nocturnal, and the Twilight Sepulchre.
Yes. That's why we need to prepare ourselves and meet Mercer on equal footing. Just outside of Riften, beyond the southeast gate, is a small path cut up the mountainside. At the end of that path is a clearing, and an old standing stone. I'd ask you both to meet me there.
I like that Karliah has a Daedric dagger. Okay, so I'm going to assume that then, if the guards are gone from here, we're probably good to use this entrance again. Good. So in between this part and next part, I'll probably knock out the rest of those quests. Like I said, I need to, like, we've done 20 and it's 125, I do believe I said.
I'm warning you. Back off.
Let's do this.
That's close enough.
Anyway. There we go, got that back. Ooh, it's a good staff. But yeah, I think it's 125. Just give me a second here. I need to look here. Oh yeah, I guess technically there is more quests than I remembered, but the last ones aren't. Like this one, I don't think is too long. The next one is pretty long, but then like the two after that, I think is pretty short. Here we are. Small talks. Influence quests. Where's the thing? Come on. I had found it at one point. It was on here. And now I can't find it. But anyway, I think that it's... Oh, hang on. I don't think I went down far enough. Yeah, here it is. Yeah, it's 125. Now, technically 75 will get you all of the trophies in the cabinet, and then 125 will actually get you safe in there. That I do believe the safe respawns, and it always has like potions and that in it that are like sneak potions and pickpocketing and whatnot.
I'm glad you're here.
What's the significance of this place?
This is the headquarters of the Nightingales, cut into the mountainside by the first of our kind. We've come to seek the edge we need to defeat Mercer Frey.
What kind of an edge?
If you'll follow me, I'll try to explain on the way.
It isn't an edge, by the way.
This way, please.
Because, like, becoming a Nightingale just basically, at least at this point, until we actually complete the thing, becoming a Nightingale just involves basically getting armored weapons. And considering that this game has enchanting in it, I already made stuff better than it.
So this is Nightingale Hall. I heard about this place when I joined the guild, but I never believed it existed.
The assumption that the Nightingales were just a myth was seeded within the guild on purpose. It helped divert attention from our true nature. What's wrong, Brynjolf? I can almost hear your brow furrowing.
I'm trying to understand why I'm here, lass. I'm no priest, and I'm certainly not religious. Why pick me?
This isn't about religion, Brynjolf. It's business.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of fantasy gods that aren't really like a religious sort. Like, merchant gods are a fairly common thing in fantasy worlds.
To set foot inside in over a century. Now, if you'll both proceed to the armory to don your Nightingale armor, we can begin the oath.
The oath that doesn't really do anything, by the way. But yeah, this is just another one of those things where it's like, this would be so cool if they actually gave you more unique, powerful stuff, right? Alright. So if we look, we now have the full Nightingale set, which the illusion spells for the hood, but of course my costs are less than that. The gloves is lockpicking and one-handed attacks, which, to be fair, isn't bad for a thief character. The boots just has muffle, and mine obviously has muffle plus another one. And the armor increases your stamina and frost resistance, which is an awfully weird choice.
You appear ready for the oath.
I think we should trust the
Now the armor looks cool. Like, the armor looks cool as fuck, but it's just not good. Like that's the, to be fair, that's the issue with a lot of.
You appear ready for the oath.
Yes, I got it. I need to stop standing so close to you. Now this is Nightingale Hall, and there is stuff here, and unfortunately, I don't think. I'm reasonably certain that you can't do anything with this place. Like, it seems like it would be a place that you could fix up in some fashion. But I'm pretty sure when we're done with the quest, I don't think this place gets fixed up at all. But here's the other thing, right? I don't understand the point of it. So the Nightingales are 3 people. That's it. It's only ever 3 people, as you can tell by the 3 armor stones. I don't know why 3 people who are part of the Nightingales but have to mix in with the Thieves Guild. Like, the Nightingales are just basically the elite of the Thieves Guild who serve directly under Nocturnal, right? So they run the Thieves Guild, basically. They guide the Thieves Guild based on Nocturnal. They protect the Thieves Guild and everything, right? And everything they do is part of the Thieves Guild, basically. Outside of, whenever Nocturnal decides to send them on specific missions, but even then, they would need a they don't need this. Like everything, like they don't need a hall like this to do that. And in fact, having a place like this just makes it more likely that the Nightingales, which are supposed to be secret and nobody's supposed to know about, would be discovered. Right? Like it's.
Okay, lass. We've got these get-ups on. Now what?
Beyond this gate is the first step in becoming a Nightingale.
Whoa there, lass. I appreciate the armor, but becoming a Nightingale? That was never discussed.
To hold any hope of defeating Mercer, we must have Nocturnal at our backs.
I could probably
She's
kill him.
to accept you as one of her own. An arrangement must be struck.
What sort of arrangement? I need to know the terms.
The terms are quite simple, Brynjolf. Nocturnal will allow you to become a Nightingale and use your abilities for whatever you wish. And in return, both in life and in death, you must serve as a guardian of the Twilight Sepulchre.
Aye, there's always a catch. But at this point, I suppose there isn't much to lose. If it means the end of Mercer Frey, you can count me in.
What about you? Are you ready to transact the oath with Nocturnal?
Yeah, I'm ready. I mean, I'm reasonably certain that my soul is promised to like 12 other things already, so what's one more?
Good. After I open the gate, please stand on the circle.
Because, I mean, the fact that I'm a werewolf promises my soul to Hercene, right? I guess I did quest for the other.
This is enough to make your head spin, eh?
Fuck is she going? She just like pissed off. Karliah, you're supposed to come pull the thing. What the fuck are you doing, girl?
We'll speak when the oath is complete.
Well, good, then go do it. You gotta open. Where you? Whatever. Guess I'll wait here for a moment because she may be broken, or she like. But I don't know how broken she is. She's either severely broken and is leaving, or she's a little broken and it's just her pathing and she's like resetting so that she can come here. But yeah, like my soul is promised to Hercene because just purely based on the fact that I'm a werewolf, apparently. So this will promise my soul to Nocturnal. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe we didn't have our soul promised. Maybe it's just the two of them. Because, I mean, I can't, like, because like, we did all the other Daedra quests, but I don't think any of them laid claim to our soul. So, yeah, maybe. Maybe it is just the two. Either way, I'd be interested to know what happens when I die. Does Nocturnal and Hercene have to, like, duke it out? Yeah, it may have broke. Which I don't think I've ever had happen before. Maybe I should have kept following her. But yeah, like this is such a nice, like this could be such a nice place, right? Well, the fact that I'm not seeing her all the way back leads me to believe that she straight up left. Hey.
We'll speak when the oath is complete.
Alright, well, I guess before we get too far,
So this is
I should probably do this. I'm just gonna go ahead here. But yeah, like it could be such a nice place to like build up in that, but like even if you did, like I said, I'm reasonably certain that there can only be 3 Nightingales. Like I'm not, like, I wouldn't say 100% certain on that, but I'm, but I think that's the case. So it's not like you could recruit more people to be in here or anything, you know? Um, but yeah, I don't think. I'm pretty sure also once we're done the quest, obviously you have the Nightingale armor. I think Karliah keeps her Nightingale armor on, but Brynjolf. I want to say Brynjolf switches back to his regular armor.
I think we should trust the lass and take the deal.
Uh-huh. Good God, Karliah. You're so slow. Ugh. I finished my, did I, oh God, did I finish it when I recorded the last part? I don't know. Anyway, I watched the strongest sage with the weakest crest. I brought it up in the one part and said that I was watching it, but I don't think I talked about it after I finished it. But finished it. It was pretty good. I really enjoyed it. I will definitely rewatch it once all the English versions are out. I'm not quite sure what I'm going to watch next. In all honesty, I think I might watch, because I think all the English versions should be out now.
Okay, lass. We've got these get-ups on. Now what?
My Dress Up
The Longest
Darling,
Gate is the
which
first
sounds
step
really
to
weird.
the Nightingale.
And like when I first saw it on there, I was just like, okay, whatever, and just went past it. But like, then I actually read what it was about, and it sounds like it might actually be really funny.
We must have Nocturnal at our backs. She's to accept you as one of her own.
And last I looked, it only had one more English
What sort of arrangement? I need to know the
episode
terms.
left to come out,
The terms are quite simple.
so I'll probably watch that one
Nocturnal will
next.
allow you to become a Nightingale and use your abilities for
But,
whatever you wish. And in return, both in life and in death, you must serve as a guardian of the Twilight Sepulchre.
Aye.
But yeah,
There's always
it's
a catch. But at
yeah,
this
the strongest
stage,
stage. It was really
suppose
good.
there isn't much
I
to
enjoyed it.
lose.
But they
If
did
it
have
means
the
end of
issue
Mercer
that
Frey,
a lot
you can
of
count me in.
shows have, right? Like,
Are you ready to transact the oath with Nocturnal?
yeah.
Good. After I open the gate, please stand on the circle.
Where, like, because the main character is so overpowered, they needed somebody who is a legitimate threat, obviously, to be the big bad. And he, spoiler alert, the insanely overpowered main character doesn't lose the fight in the end, but he does get his ass beat. But when he kills the guy, who's apparently a chaos demon, who could end the world, mind you, like that's how powerful this chaos demon thing is that he could end the world. As he kills the guy says that he isn't the only one. Now, my issue with that, and I want to do this before I step back onto this, because like we're almost on this quest, and this is like a big spoiler alert for the show, so skip ahead a little bit if you don't want the spoiler. But the big bad, I don't remember his name, is a demon that was sealed away when the main character was originally alive. Now, when the main character was originally alive, he was so powerful that in this day and age, him and his friend are both considered gods because of how powerful they were back then. They are both considered gods now. Now, outside of the dragon girl, Iris, nobody knows that he's the reincarnation of the mage from back then. And this chaos demon that he fights at the end was sealed away because he was too powerful to defeat when they first fought him. Now, it's hard to tell based on what happened, because he did seem to know who this guy was, and he knew about the seal. But at the same time, it didn't seem like he was the one who sealed him away. Like, I don't know that it was him who sealed him away back then, or if he just knew about this guy because of some other reason from back then. But either way, world-ending power. Guy kills him. This guy resurrected after, like, I want to say 5,000 years, but I could be wrong. But it's at least 1,000 years since the first time he was alive. And this guy has been sealed away forever. But then he says that he isn't the only Chaos Demon, and that the next one would definitely kill the guy. Now, my issue with that is, if this guy's been dead for 1,000 years and couldn't defeat this one back when he was alive, where the fuck have the other Chaos Demons been? Because they very much establish that while the demons are sneaky and do employ tactics, they are all about murdering humans. Like, there is, at least for the purposes of the first season, there's no redeemable demons, right? Like, if you've heard me talk about shows in that before, you probably heard me say that, like, one of my favorite tropes, I guess, if you want to call it that, in fantasy anime, and that is when you have a race that's evil, but there's, like, some that aren't, even if it's only, like, one that isn't, right? Like, I really enjoy that because it generally brings in a lot of, well, humor, for one, depending on how powerful all these evil beings are, right? But it brings a lot more depth, not only to that particular character, but the main character and the other ones that choose to defend and be with this person despite everybody else on the planet thinking that they're evil, right? Just because of who they are. So I really enjoy that kind of thing. So, and to be fair, the demons, they're not like bestial, they're not like crazy or anything. Like, they still think, they still whatever, right? Like, there's no reason that there couldn't be a redeemable demon in the future. But as for the Chaos Demon, his whole purpose was just to destroy everything. So if there's multiples of them, what have they been doing for the past at least 1,000 years? Like, the demons have been using plans and strategies and that to severely weaken the humans. Like, they spread rumors about how the fourth crest is the crest of failure and is pathetic, even though this guy, who was the most powerful person in the world at one point, resurrected himself specifically to get that crest because it was stronger than the one he had. Like, and then they got humans to believe that they needed to use incantations for their spells because wordless casting was inferior or something, even though wordless casting was extremely more powerful to an extreme degree than incanted casting. Like, it's just one of those things where they made the big bad too powerful, or the first big bad too powerful. Because even if they had weakened him down to he could destroy a city, then that would leave room for non-super powered people like the main character to be able to defeat him with a concentrated effort, and therefore others of his kind would then need to strategize, because if they just went around killing everything, eventually concentrated effort would be brought against them. So it's like, why? But at the same time, even just like a single demon in that universe is like so powerful that it can apparently destroy a city. Like, the first like when he first learns that the demons are still around, because when he was originally alive, he had driven them to near extinction. But when just before the first demon shows up, he's talking to his friends about him, and they comment that if the entire Royal Mage Guard or whatever, I don't remember, Mage Guard, Mage Corps, whatever, teamed up, that they probably wouldn't be able to defeat a single demon. And it's like, if they want to wipe out humanity and they've got them that weak, because you find out later there's still a significant amount of demons. But if they are that much powerful than the humans, there is no reason that the humans would still be alive 1,000 years later for this guy to resurrect. Like, there's just no way. Like, with how weak the humans were compared to the demons, they should have been dead. And it's just, I can ignore it because the show is still really good. But it's the same problem that there is in a lot of these animes, in that where the main character is overpowered. Because he's overpowered, they think that the big bad needs to be a direct threat power-wise, or needs to be stronger than him in order to create, like, a reasonable conflict, even though all they need is a big bad that isn't necessarily as powerful as the main character or stronger than him in some cases, but just has the plans in motion in order to at least oppose the main character in some fashion, right? But anyway, that's my little rant on it. So let's get to the end of this quest, shall we?
I call upon you, Lady Nocturnal, Queen of Murk, and Empress of Shadow. Hear my voice.
Ah, Karliah. I was wondering when I'd hear from you again. Lose something, did we?
My lady, I've come before you to throw myself upon your mercy, and to accept responsibility for my failure.
You're already mine, Karliah. Your terms were struck long ago. What could you possibly offer me now?
I have two others that wish to transact the oath, to serve you both in life and in death.
You surprised me, Karliah. This offer is definitely weighted in my favor.
My appetite for Mercer's demise exceeds my craving for wealth, Your Grace.
Revenge. How interesting. Very well. The conditions are acceptable. You may proceed.
Lady Nocturnal, we accept your terms. We dedicate ourselves to you as both your avengers and your sentinels. We will honor our agreement in this life and the next until your conditions have been met.
Very well. I name your initiates Nightingale, and I restore your status to the same, Karliah. And in the future, I'd suggest you refrain from disappointing me again.
Alright. Now, even though we had that big fancy whatever, it's nothing. Like, we got nothing for that.
Now that you've transacted the oath, it's time to reveal the final piece of the puzzle to you. Mercer's true crime.
He's done more?
Mercer was able to unlock the guild's vault without two keys because of what he stole from the Twilight Sepulchre, the skeleton key. By doing this, he's compromised our ties to Nocturnal, and in essence, caused our luck to run dry.
So the key unlocks any door?
Well, yes. But the key isn't only restricted to physical barriers. All of us possess untapped abilities, the potential to wield great power securely sealed within our minds. Once you realize the key can access these traits, the potential becomes limitless.
Sounds like no one should possess it.
Good. Then you understand why this is about more than just Mercer's lust for power. If the key isn't returned to its lock in the Twilight Sepulchre, things will never be the same for the Guild. As time passed, our luck would diminish to the point of non-existence, and whether you know it or not, our uncanny luck defines our trade.
First time I ever set out to return something. I mean, that's So clearly not true for my character. We have returned so much to so many people.
Very true. In our line of work, it's quite rare we set out to return a stolen item to its rightful owner.
Let's go.
Before we depart, Brynjolf has some business to discuss. I suggest you listen to him.
Listen, lad. There's one last piece of business we need to settle before we go after Mercer. The leadership of the guild.
Why tell this to me?
Karliah and I had a long discussion before you arrived here. Thanks to your efforts, the guild's been restored to its full strength, and you've exposed the traitor in our midst. As a result, we both feel that you'd make an excellent replacement for Mercer as leader of the Thieves Guild.
Me? What about you?
I've been at this game a long time, my friend. A long time. I've stolen trinkets from nobles and framed priests for murder. I'm good at what I do, maybe even one of the best, but it's all I know. I've never been one to lead, never desired it, never cared for it, don't want it.
I don't know what to say.
Well, we have a bit of an errand to run before your coronation, so don't get sentimental on me now.
I accept.
Then it's decided. When this entire sorry affair is over, we'll handle the details. Until then, we have quite the task ahead.
Then let's get to it.
I've been poring over the plans you brought us, and I'm convinced the eyes of the Falmer are in the dwarven ruins at Erkenthand. Karliah and I will meet you there. Prepare yourself, lad. This will be a fight to remember.
Alright.
Until next we meet, lad.
So yeah, that's how you become leader of the Thieves Guild. Although, granted, we're not leader yet. Now, to be fair, it's the same as the other guilds in here, where technically you're the leader, but somebody else does everything. Like, you don't have to do anything. Like, even when you become leader of, like, the Dark Brotherhood, it's you who technically acquires any contracts when people summon the Dark Brotherhood. But you don't get to send people out. You just get contracts and have to do them. But yeah, like, even when you become leader of the Thieves Guild, he's like, oh, I don't want that responsibility. He does everything. Like, he literally does everything. But, oh, that is gonna be it for this part, which only reached an hour, or almost an hour anyway, because I went off my little rant there about the strongest sage and, you know, animes in general. But yeah, the next part, like I said, we should be able to get through the rest of the Thieves Guild questline in the next part. I will try and get my 120 miscellaneous quests done in between parts, so that when we go back. Now, the only reason also, one of the reasons, that we'll be able... Also, did I get a Nightingale bow? I didn't. Interesting. But yeah, one of the reasons why we'll be able to do it so fast is because we've already done the influence quests. Because those city influence quests, you do need to do some amount of them. I don't know. Maybe you need to do all 4 in all honesty. I'm not sure. Before you can actually become guild master, right? But because we've already done them, obviously, when we get to that quest, that'll be it. Like, everybody will just be like, like Brynjolf will be like, yeah, we've decided that this guy should be the new guild master. And everybody will be like, yeah, but yeah, there's some other stuff I want to talk about to do with the Thieves Guild and that, but there's no point in doing it now because we can talk about it when it actually comes up. So that'll be it for this part. And like I said, next part, depending on how long Erkingthan takes us, we should be able to do it, because we do have 2 more dungeons to go through.
If you're looking
And
for
I
extra
remember
work, talk to
Erkingthan
Delvin. They'll fix you up.
being rather long, but I don't know if it's an hour long. I doubt it, but you never know. So that'll be it for this part. Thanks everybody for watching, and I will see you next week for the end of the Thieves Guild and the start of the Dark Brotherhood.